Have you ever felt like you're living in the freest place in the world, and yet inside you don't feel any lighter? I remember once standing in a supermarket in Toronto, looking at a cereal aisle that seemed endless. I just wanted to pick one box for breakfast, but I stood there for a few minutes and suddenly felt tired. That's when it hit me. If even a small thing can leave me confused, then with the big things, career, love, a place to belong, a way to believe, what am I carrying inside? Living in the US, Canada, the UK, or the EU, sometimes we're given far too many choices. You can change jobs, move to another state, move to another city, study a new field, love someone new, start a new lifestyle. Everything is possible. But that very word, possible, can sometimes numb people because they're afraid of choosing wrong, afraid of wasting time, afraid of falling behind, afraid that others will think they've failed. I used to think faith would take away my freedom. I truly thought so. I was afraid of the feeling of being predetermined, afraid of being forced to become a version that other people like. But the longer I live, the more I go through unstable seasons, seasons of unemployment, seasons of loneliness in a crowded city, seasons of loving and still feeling empty, the more I come to understand something gentle. Faith, if it's truly faith, doesn't come to bind you. It comes so you won't be alone when freedom becomes too vast. If you're listening up to this point and it feels exactly right, comment one word for me: GIU. Meaning, you want to keep your freedom, but you also want to keep a spiritual anchor. And answer one more thing for me. Which are you more afraid of? 1, being afraid of choosing wrong, or 2, being afraid of not daring to choose anything at all. I'm not here to preach or argue. I'm telling you this as a companion because I'm learning too. And the first thing I've learned is anxiety is not always a sign that you're weak. Often, anxiety is a sign that you're standing in front of an important door. Anxiety appears when you realize you have the right to choose. You can leave a job that's suffocating you in Chicago. You can say no to a relationship that makes you shrink yourself in London. You can start over in Berlin even though nothing is guaranteed. Anxiety is like a strong wind before you step out of a safe harbor. Wind doesn't mean you have to turn back. Wind only reminds you you are truly living. Instead of trying to shut down anxiety by staying busy, I want to invite you to try a new activity, one that fits the fast-paced rhythm of Western life, where everyone is rushing digital sunset. Every evening, choose a fixed time. For example, 9:30 p.m., turn off the screen and let your mind have its sunset. In those 15 minutes, you don't need to do anything big. Just ask yourself 2 questions. What did I live by today? And what do I want to live by tomorrow? You'll be surprised that just one small habit can make your mind feel less pulled around. The second thing I want to say, and I say this with warmth, not judgment, is that so many people have freedom but don't have a compass. And without a compass, freedom turns into drifting. A compass here doesn't necessarily mean a rigid religious system. A compass can be a set of values, a promise to yourself, something you believe is right, even when no one is watching. When I lived in culture hustle, working more, earning more, proving more, I realized I could climb very high, but climb the wrong wall. So I created a new exercise for myself called Freedom Budget 333, a freedom budget. Each week, you divide your freedom into 3 groups. 3 hours for your body, walking, going to the gym, catching up on sleep, cooking healthy meals. 3 hours for your mind, learning a skill, reading, learning a language, English/Spanish/French, to feel yourself moving forward. 3 hours for your spirit, praying, meditating, participating in a community, sitting still, or simply being near someone who helps you return to yourself. Because freedom isn't just spare time. Freedom is how you use your spare time to become someone you respect. And this is where freedom and faith touch. Faith helps you answer the question, what am I free for? If you want a powerful question to examine every decision, try this. Does this make me expand or shrink? Expanding means you feel you're living right, breathing more easily, being authentic. Shrinking means you're betraying something inside. The third thing, the one I see most people misunderstand, is faith is not turning your brain off, but it's also not waiting until you're 100% sure before you dare to step. Life in the US/UK/EU teaches us to think, calculate, optimize. That's good. But if you wait until everything is certain before you start, you'll wait forever. There are steps that come with no warranty. There are decisions you can only understand after you've lived through them. So I have another new activity, the 90-day letter. You write a letter to yourself 90 days from now. In the letter, there are 3 lines. 1. I am choosing this because. 2. I am afraid. 3. Even though I'm afraid, I will still take this small step. Then you set a reminder to open it and read it 90 days later. You'll see how you've grown, and you'll also learn one thing. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is still moving forward, but moving forward consciously. Now give me one sentence in the comments. If this week you were 5% braver, what would you do? Say no to something that's wearing you down. Turn off the screen earlier. Write the 90-day letter. Or return to a community place so your heart feels less alone. Because if we do nothing, the real cost isn't choosing wrong. The cost is living halfway, being busy every day but not seeing your life move forward. Being free all the time but not feeling peace. Being fine all the time but feeling empty inside. But if you begin, just begin, you'll have a very mature kind of peace. Peace because you know you're living by your compass, not by the noise. And I want to leave you with one sentence as a sincere reminder. You don't have to be certain in order to step forward. You just need to be honest enough to begin. Thank you for taking the time to listen and for allowing me to accompany you through these past few minutes. Don't forget to subscribe so we can meet again in future stories. Wishing you peace and happiness.